guys, welcome back for another video. Day 2. So proud of myself. Getting into the rhythm again. Doing 2 videos, 2 days in a row. What? I'm gonna start something new on Thursdays, hopefully, if I remember. I'm gonna start something new on Thursdays. Thursdays will be pajama days. So, before we get into the video, pause. I'm gonna give you time to pause the video. Go get in your pajamas. It's hot outside, so go get something nice and cool to drink. In the winter, we'll do like some hot chocolate or something. But for now, go and get something nice and cool to drink. Get in your jammies, get comfy in bed, and then we're gonna chat. Okay, ready, set, go! Okay, I'm assuming by now you're in your jammies, you're back, you're ready to talk. Originally, I had this whole thing planned out. I had an entire conversation with bullet points, all put in a notebook, and then I got on Facebook. And the Today Show had, I guess because, you know, sometimes they do those, like, polls or whatever, and they're like, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Well, the question that they had was, what makes a marriage last long? What makes a marriage work? Something like that. And me being who I am, I'm scrolling through the comments, just reading a bunch of things. People are responding to each other, having good conversations. And I come across this one guy's comment. And he says that the only way your marriage is going to work out is if there's a spark. And I sat there and I thought, like, literally thought about this for a good while. And I just felt the need to respond, because I felt like the people who were trying to tell him that no, that's not the way that that works, they just weren't doing it right. He was not understanding the way they were telling him. So I get on and I respond to him. And I don't think he appreciated my response very much, because he probably felt at that point like he was being attacked, honestly. But I tried to let him know, I'm not trying to be against you. In the beginning of a relationship, there should be a spark. You should feel that spark with somebody. It's just, that's what gets you through the early stages in the relationship. However, a lot of what he was saying made me think of back when me and my ex-husband split up. Because back when I found out that he had been cheating on me with someone else, and I was completely heartbroken, I automatically went right to the pastor of the church that I was attending at the time. And the pastor looked at me. He's like, Cassandra, what you're going to have to do is something that is hard for most people to do. You are going to have to choose to love him through this. You're not going to be able to, excuse me, you're not going to be able to look through his phone constantly because you don't trust him. You're not going to be able to keep tabs on him at all times. You're just going to have to learn to trust him again and just get past this and just choose to love him, because that is what you are supposed to do in a marriage. You choose to love someone. He did tell me that with what had happened, he and not many other people wouldn't blame me for giving up because of what he had done to me. However, I listened to what my pastor said. I knew in my heart that I wanted to make things work. So I chose to continue to love him after that. I chose to believe him when he said he was coming back for me when he left the state without telling me he left. I chose to believe that he was going to stop talking to the girl he had been talking to. And my trust was put in the wrong place. And I will admit that I am also no longer upset with this man. I just want to make that perfectly clear. From what I understand, he's married, they have kids, they're happy. Good on him. So I am no longer upset because I've moved on. But it's just that made me think about what this guy was saying on Facebook, made me think about what my pastor had told me. Choose love. Choose grace. Choose trust. And then going on from there, a few years later down the road, I was already married. I remember me and Tyler had lost that spark. We had, I guess, both stopped working on the relationship. The spark had completely died out in our marriage. There was not even a little flicker of smoke, nothing. Like, no embers at all. In my head, anyway. So, I'm about to admit to something that I don't talk to a lot of people about. I sought attention from other people. I looked for people who were going to give me that spark that you get in the beginning of the relationship, because I didn't want to be in a relationship to where either he could have been with someone else and been happy, or I could have been with someone else and been happy. That's just not how I wanted the relationship to be. So I gave up. I was done. I was looking for, like I said, I was looking for attention from other people, and I unfortunately got that attention despite the fact that I was married. However, Tyler is the one that did not give up. He decided he was going to work on this relationship even when I wasn't. He was going to push through this. He was going to choose to love me despite the fact that I at that point did not deserve his love and I did not deserve his grace. Sorry, there's a feather on the floor and it freaked me out. Okay, he chose to, where was I going with that? So he chose to love me. He chose to show me grace. He chose to work on our relationship when I wasn't. He chose to still support me. He made sure, you know, since I was having a hard time keeping a job at that point, because it was at the point to where everyone was on vacation, nobody was getting massages, so I was out of business for like a month or two. He still went to work. He still made sure that when he could, bills that were for the house that he no longer lived in but I did were paid. He made sure I had food. He made sure when I needed it, I had a ride to where I needed to go. And with the way I was treating him the way my ex-husband had treated me. So I did not deserve that grace. I didn't deserve his love. I didn't deserve his loyalty. But he chose to give it to me anyway. And when I'm sitting there thinking about how I did that for somebody who didn't deserve it, and then turned around and did the same thing to Tyler, and then he did the same thing for me that I didn't deserve, it made me think about the grace of God. And how for some people, they change things around and they accept it. Like I eventually did. It took a few months, long months, but eventually everything turned around and I accepted that my husband still loved me unconditionally and was choosing to love me, that he chose to show me grace, that he chose to be loyal to me, that he chose to trust me even though I didn't deserve it. And then you have people like my ex-husband who didn't choose to see the love, the grace, the support, the trust. He didn't choose to see that. He saw what he wanted somewhere else. And it made me think of the fact that so many people are turning away from the fact that God is choosing to love you despite the fact that you are constantly in a state of sin and always need his forgiveness, that he still chooses to love you. So the point in this video today is for me, hopefully, to tell you to turn around, and that person that has hurt you in the past, choose to forgive them. Choose to love them despite everything they've done. Choose to move past. Whether that means keeping them in your life or not, that's totally up to you. For me, for a couple of people actually, that were once considered super close friends, I have chosen to no longer keep them in my life. However, for the wrongs that they have done to me, I have chosen to forgive them. I still choose to love them. I still pray for them. I still hope that in the end, everything that they're doing leads them closer to God. And I still honestly just want the best for them. I still do that for everyone that's hurt me in the past, whether I've kept them in my life or not. So I just want you guys to, like I said, make that choice to choose, because you can't truly be forgiven and be right with God until you have forgiven everyone who has done wrong against you. So just do that. We all fall short of the grace of God. We all make mistakes. We all hurt somebody along the way. And if I have hurt you in any way, I want you to know that I am truly sorry. I have been working on myself a lot recently. Actually, this year I've been working on myself, and in the past years too. In the past few years, it's really been trying to better myself through many different avenues. So just forgive everybody that has hurt you. Love them despite what they've done, and work on bettering you, because you've probably hurt people too. I think that's going to be it for today. If you have not already, like and subscribe. Click the little bell in the corner. I believe it is right over here. Maybe over here. Click on the little bell next to the subscribe button, and you will get updates every time I post a video. They are very sporadic, and I'm sorry. Sometimes I post for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and then I just stop. So, welcome to my life. But hopefully I will at least see you back here next Thursday. Today's Thursday. See you back here next Thursday for Pajama Day. I believe this is right. Today has been canceled. Go back to bed. This is totally right. However, it is like 8 o'clock at night already, despite the brightness of the sun. So, it is actually almost time to actually go to bed. I am going to go walk my dogs, do some yoga, lay down and read a book. That is my agenda for tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful and relaxing night. I hope God blesses you in many ways, and I hope to see you soon. Come back and we'll have some fun. Bye.